Well, good morning, guys. It's Pastor Andy. Today we are looking at one verse in Matthew chapter 2 together. As I was reading my devotions this morning and going through the beginning of Matthew, there's a special verse that jumped out at me. Now, most of you know that at the beginning of Matthew is talking about the birth of Jesus. And this is the specific verse we're going to be looking at is verse number 2 of Matthew 2. And this is talking about when the wise men came looking for Jesus. Here's what it says. "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star as it rose, and we have come to worship him." When I read that verse, the worshiping him part of it just absolutely jumped off the page at me. Because as a believer, everything begins and ends with worship. We should be in a constant state of worship towards the Lord. And we need to deal with and get rid of anything in our lives that can distract us from worshiping the Lord. So if we're going to worship the Lord all the time and be in a spirit of worship with him all the time, what is worship? Well, worship is an attitude or a state of mind, a sustained act, something that we can continually be doing, but it's not something that's necessarily obvious to everyone else around us. So we're not walking around with our hands up, praising the Lord and singing songs or doing those kind of things, bowing down or kneeling down with our eyes closed in prayer, anything like that. Worship can be an inward attitude of me towards God. It can be a sustained action that's always going on. So it's not necessarily a physical attitude or something that's outwardly visible to others, but an inward act of the heart towards God, where I am constantly thinking about him and praising him. So we all worship. We're created for worship. Every single one of us is worshiping something. The question is, what are you worshiping? Well, I'm not worshiping anything. Well, yes, you are. It might be money. Money might be the thing that is constantly on your mind that you are constantly going after and pursuing and trying to get more of. It could be family, that, everything is about our family. We have to be together. We have to do this. It's the next vacation. It's the next thing. It could be a relationship. I just have to have this relationship with this person. It's just everything that you think about and everything that you focus on. It could even be your job. I'll never forget the story of my Uncle Jim, who was the founder and president of the Hells Angels in St. Louis, Missouri. He had 65 men riding under him and was a bad dude. And Uncle Jim came to the Lord later in life and became a preacher, and thousands of people were influenced and thousands of people came to Christ under his preaching and ministry. But I'll never forget the story of Uncle Jim's mom calling his brother one day and saying that Uncle Jim was worshiping his motorcycle. So my uncle's brother calls him and says, "You know what, Jimmy, what's this I hear about you bowing down and praying to your motorcycle?" My uncle said, "I'm not praying to my motorcycle." But in essence, Uncle Jim really was worshiping his motorcycle because it was everything to him. It consumed his thoughts. His whole life was centered around it. So he was worshiping that one thing. Because anything that we put before God, anything that distracts us from our relationship with God is an idol that we are worshiping. And we've got to deal with those things and take care of them, get them out of our life so that we can focus on the one true God. Every day is a new opportunity for me to worship the only one who's truly worthy of my worship. Every day is a new opportunity. And I need to start each day off thanking God for the new day that he's given me and a new opportunity to serve him and focus my life on him. I read a quote and I wrote it down here. I want to read to you. It's from Samuel Medley, who lived between 1738 and 1799, and he said this: "Awake, my soul, to joyful lays, and sing of thy great Redeemer's praise." My whole life should be focused on Jesus, my eyes on him, everything all about him. As we start today and as we get things going today in our own life and all that we have to do, take just a moment and pray to the Lord. Ask him to help you as you start today to worship him. And you have called on him, and he's promised that he would answer. So ask him to help you make him the center and the focus of your day today so that you can truly worship him. I hope you'll get into God's word and read it for yourself and see what he has for you. And until tomorrow, God bless you and have a great day.